Well, hello and welcome again to River Valley Farm. We got some things to talk about, but anyway, I got a chisel plow. I had to cut it down. It started life as a 13 shank and it was cut down to an 11. When I got it, it had 7 left on it, but anyway, there's 5. And 706 it doesn't really struggle with it, but it can definitely tell it's back there. It's a good thing. So yeah, I've already played with it, obviously. So yeah, got the gravity wagon bed on a wagon gear most of the way, and then there's that thing over there. It's not red, but it'll do. 1967 Gleaner E. Yeah. 4-cylinder engine, same as a D17 tractor, I think. Alice Chalmers tractor. D17 Alice Chalmers. That's exactly what it is. Not horrible. I mean, it's not the most beautiful, new, shiniest, biggest, ugly, biggest thing in the world, but, you know, neither am I, so it'll be all right. Everything, you know, it runs, everything engages, it all moves and does what it's supposed to do. Missing the spoke out of the unloading auger drive. Not too worried about it just yet. We'll deal with that maybe if it has an issue. The belts, this one's not very good. Let's see. I don't know, you know, the chains are getting pretty wore. The sprockets are a little wore here and there. Actually, the sprockets aren't that bad. Sprockets aren't bad at all. That one's welded on, but whatever. You know, it's got hardwood blocks for tensioners on the chains. That one's still got quite a bit of life left in it. Some of them don't. Kind of not too surprised by that. 3-row narrow corn head. Missing one snout, but you know, we can fix that, I think. Sounds good anyway. We've got a grain table or bean head down there also that we'll go look at here in a minute. But yeah, like I say, everything runs, moves, works. The unload auger was stuck at some point in time, so they've got this socket on here for where they're trying to free it up. I don't know what was stuck on it, but it actually, you know, spun by hand once I got that old belt off of it. You know, drive belts are questionable to say the least, but anyway, we're okay with that. Yeah, you know, naturally, since it's what, 50, is it 50 years old yet? It's getting pretty close to 50 years old anyway, if it's not. Yeah, well, it's 54 years old, 55 years old, something like that. So the more you look at it, the more you see wrong with it. But the big thing is that everything does work. You know, the corn head, it all works. The machine drives, it does everything it's supposed to do. Had to rebuild the carburetor to get it running and get it loaded up and get it over here. Which of course the carburetor's on the front side of the engine there, the left side, and you know, you got to lay over top of it to get that to get to it to work on it. But anyway, there's the carburetor. It is a 12-volt system, but it has a generator, and the exhaust manifold leaks, maybe some other things too, but that's the main issue so far. I've got an engine oil leak here too. Oh, crawl up here. So it had a mechanical fuel pump to suck from the tank and bring it back up here and bring it over to the carburetor. Well, it no longer available, so the guy put that on there, and we need to make a new plate and gasket for this, and then we'll have that hole covered up. And I think that's the only real leak it has. I'm not sure. I don't think, but I'm not sure the rear main seal is leaking or not. It might be. Pretty easy job though if it is. So anyway, the bean head, grain table, whatever you want to call it over there, not very good. But we'll go look at it in a minute. Anyway, I don't know what else to really say about it because I don't know much about it. But yeah, see if we can get it to fire up. I guess it runs really rough. The throttle cable's stuck. It is what it is. But like I said, it functions. So we might be doing pretty well with this thing, especially for what I got in it. For a running combine, it's a pretty fair price. So anyway, we'll see. Okay, so in the cab, the windows are dirty, the cab's dirty. Imagine that. Wasp's nests came with it. Yeah, there's another one down here. So like I said, the throttle cable seems to be stuck. If you choke it, it floods. But anyway, I don't know. Not much to really say about the thing. It's got a cab pressurizer, basically, right here. Not that it's going to pressurize, but it's there. This one is to engage the separator, push out, engage, and this one should be for your the unloader. Of course, it's manual fold auger, all that good stuff. But yeah, let's see. I don't know. We got some cool stuff. We got a hat, a couple hats, 3 hats, water bottles, a bunch of trash, dirt, what have you. But anyway, let's see if it wants to start today or not. I might have to go give it some contact cleaner. 3-speed transmission, variable speed. This way up raises the head, that way lowers the head. Forward makes it go faster, this way makes it go slower. I haven't discovered what this is for yet, but I've got an operator's manual, but it's kind of sad, so I might have to order a new one. You know, sliding windows, handy things. We got bin extensions for a whopping 65 bushel capacity. I might take those off just because this thing's already really nose heavy with that 3-row head, but it'll work. And it's not on, you know, we're not on terribly flat ground here either. It's not going to be bad, but it's, like I said, it's not flat by any means. So yeah, I don't know. Let's see if it'll start. See if it wants to play fair today or not. Guess not. Okay. So we take this stuff. And I don't know if I can get it to start like this or not, but anyway. I had somebody spray for me. See what that'll do. it may not. There it goes. Okay. Neutral. So I don't know how it drives. Oh wait, I see. It runs on that pulley. Okay. Good enough. Yeah. Wood fan blades that are all intact. Then you can engage it here. Chain here is going to have to be replaced. So anyway, it's maxed out. I don't know, I could probably take a link out of it, but I don't think it's worth it, do you? So anyway, I'm going to park it in the barn here. This is going to be its new parking spot. Conveniently enough, that's tall enough that it'll get in there, so we're going to go with that. Okay, so head raised, very good. As I said, the throttle's kind of stuck, so anyway, we're going to make sure we're slow as we can go, seems like it. First gear, and then ease out on the clutch. Guidance, but anyway, let's just go on around very speed. It does vary the speed, but it don't do much. So anyway, no power steering. Got a steering box there and a linkage that runs to the back of the thing. No steering brakes either, but it does have a functioning transmission brake here. This would be your steering brakes. Obviously, they don't work. So reverse. Anyway, we're going to stay right along over for now. Head down. Very speed slow. Does have oil pressure. The water temperature does work, and the amp gauge does work, so we got stuff going for us. Hi. You're okay.
Huh?
You're okay.
I have a lawnmower now.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you do, don't you?
And it's sitting over there.
Uh-huh. Sitting there running, wasting gas, huh? Okay.
See ya.
So yeah, it's not comfortable. It's not quiet. It's probably not fast. I know for a fact it's not fast. But I think it'll work for what I'm going to do with it. And, you know, not only does it solve my problem this year of harvesting corn, but I've got a grain table down there. So I can, in theory anyway, naturally this will be a winter project probably to work on the grain trailer or work on the grain table, but we can have wheat and soybeans, maybe some oats or rye or something, also to run with this thing. I don't have all the parts that go with this combine. I probably won't ever have them all, but to make straw, you know, baleable straw, that would be, you know, the grain table will come in handy for that. And then of course beans. You know, we're not going to ever be high production, but this is going to be about the only really effective way I can choke down my Johnson grass problem and do something about that. So this will allow me the herbicides that I need to do that with, and actually have a producing crop in the process. Yeah, it is kind of rickety and kind of ugly and kind of old, but it'll work. So that's what we're going to say about it. Well, walk down here and we'll look at the grain head. I haven't looked at it very close myself, but it's worth looking at, right? All right then, so here we stand. We're missing one board, and then we're missing a whole row of these teeth with the board, but it'll be okay. We can sort that out later. We're not using this year, but we're going to use it next year. I don't know how good. Well, I mean, they're still pretty solid in there, so that's a good thing. Might know a guy that can make those. We'll see, depending on how much he charged me for them and whatnot. The knife, it's overall in pretty good shape. It is not a flex head, it is a straight head, so it's not going to be the greatest thing in the world to cut beans with, but not too concerned about it really. You know, our belts, this belt, I don't know, there's probably lots of stuff that there's a lot of stuff I don't know here. So it's got, I don't know what you call this, it's not a wobble box, but it's got the shaft that runs the pulley back there and works back and forth, works the knife back and forth. I don't know if anything's turns on it or whatever, but not a huge deal. We can make that part work. We've got a belt drive. See, I'm gonna have to, we got a lot of work to do and a lot of understanding to do on this part, but anyway, nothing really wants to turn. What part of it actually has it seized up, I don't know. I know the reel will turn, but it has a hydraulically adjustable reel height. Speed, probably not so much, but anyway. The reel does turn, so that one really wasn't concerning me too much. The auger, I think you can turn the auger too. I think you can anyway. We're gonna try it real quick, just so I'm not a liar. But then again, oh, it's probably all locked up because of the chains on it. So anyway, we'll go with that for right now. We got a 3-point hitch head mover, so we can carry them around with the tractor if we have to. I'm gonna try not to do that, but we'll see how that works out for me. We set this thing up on here with a loader tractor. Really probably wasn't a big enough loader tractor, but we did it anyway. Again, it's not pretty. That part turns. So yeah, we're gonna say it's locked up because the chains are on it. I'm gonna pop the chains loose and see what it does then. We can hope that that'll fix it, but you know, can't swear to that. Matter of fact, it's got to help some, right? Okay, so chains are loose now. We might be able to turn that auger. Of course, that bearing seems a little tight. Okay, so it's not froze up, it just needs time and attention. All right, that'll work for now. Like everything else I got, it needs time and attention, right? So anyway, again, like I said, this will afford me the option of corn, wheat, and beans. Maybe even, like I said, rye or oats if I get if I have a need to do that. I don't think there's even really a market for oats around here, or rye for that matter. But there might be one someday. We'll see. We've covered that thing a little bit. Now that I have a narrow head, I'm gonna have to narrow, or you know, yeah, move these over for 30 inches, which isn't that big a deal, but it's more work that I got to do. Still got to put another tire on there, move the row units. Yeah. Not a huge deal with that. We'll cover that when I get ready to do it though. And I still need a cylinder for it, which I have cylinders, but I was wanting one just specifically for this. My John Deere's idea back in the day was you just had one cylinder and you left it on the tractor. It might work for some people, probably not so well for me, because, well, I don't have a John Deere with a place to hang a cylinder on it. So anyway, yeah, guess that's pretty much it for this one. We have many more adventures to go here, obviously, so stick around. Things are picking up, it's warming up, and hopefully we'll make some decent content with something going on here before long. We're gonna have to move, like I say, we got to get on that planter pretty quick. I need to finish chisel plowing the other field over there, and disking and whatever else I'm gonna have to do. So it's gonna be a busy spring. I'll be back. Thanks for watching.